Hello, welcome to this update for Southern Africa. So now it's very stormy area, especially like South Central Africa. Not so much Southern most Africa, but more like South Central Africa, Mozambique, Zimbabwe. There's some very big downpours now in central Mozambique, especially in Botswana. Some big storms there. Northeastern South Africa as well, and around central Madagascar, some areas, and even more storms towards Democratic Republic of the Congo, some spots in Angola, Gabon, and those areas. So let's see what will happen the next few days. So the forecast from the European model does call for more showers and storms during the next week or so, especially like in Zimbabwe, Zambia, Botswana. And so tomorrow, Monday the 30th, this model has more storms there around Mozambique, central Mozambique, southern Malawi, and around Botswana, Zimbabwe, those areas, especially like Zambia and shows like Botswana, but northern South Africa shows more storms too, especially like tomorrow afternoon, and even further south in Lesotho and like central eastern South Africa shows some storms in Lesotho, maybe northeastern South Africa too, and then in Angola shows some as well, Zambia, and then Tuesday does show some more in Mozambique, in Malawi, and some more like Zambia and Zimbabwe throughout Tuesday, especially like northern Namibia too, and Botswana, some heavy ones in Botswana, and still show some in South Africa there, and Lesotho. So be aware in those areas. But the exact place that these storms might occur is kind of hard to predict because it is just a global model, and the forecast changes all the time. But just be aware in those areas. The general place the storms might occur is northern, northeastern South Africa, and Lesotho, southeastern South Africa. The southwest is fairly quiet. So let's see here. Madagascar shows some heavier downpours too, into the 31st. Shows there Tuesday, later Tuesday, like the Democratic Republic of the Congo, shows some in Gabon and Congo Brazzaville, and does show like a storm or two in Tanzania, but very little, and more there like northern Namibia and Angola. Into January 1st, the model does show more in South Africa, around Pretoria, and Lesotho shows more there, and some in Eswatini too, shows more in Botswana, Namibia, central northern Namibia, and Zimbabwe, and Mozambique, especially some heavier downpours in the afternoon in Mozambique, and southern Malawi, central Malawi shows some storms, Tanzania, and especially like northwestern Madagascar shows those very heavy downpours. So this goes Wednesday there, and into Thursday the 2nd still shows more storms, Mozambique especially, and some like northeastern South Africa shows more. And be careful with stuff like wind and hail and heavy rain. And with those downpours here, they could cause like some heavy rain in a short amount of time. So flash flooding is always a danger with this, especially in the spots that might get the storms every day. So be careful, and also show like this. The 2nd shows a storm or two like near like northern Angola, Congo Brazzaville, and Gabon, and shows like Tuesday, later the Thursday night. The 2nd shows more in Eswatini, Namibia even shows some more, Botswana, and into Friday the 3rd shows more into Mozambique. So be careful there, especially northern Mozambique, some heavier downpours. Shows in Tanzania, some too, western Tanzania, in Zambia, and does show us more a small circulation in the Indian Ocean there, around Vinking, and then this goes throughout Friday. Shows still Friday night some more central Namibia, central northern Mozambique, Malawi, and Tanzania shows some as well. Democratic Republic of Congo, Gabon, those areas there, and it still shows the circulation there. And then this goes to January 4th, so does show some more storms central South Africa already, but by January 4th, more like Namibia, Zimbabwe, those areas there, some more in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in Angola, in Zambia. So be aware, still shows the disturbance there near Vinking, with some storms and some more downpours in Madagascar. So this goes there, and to January 5th, some more widespread storms across Central Eastern South Africa and Lesotho, shows more Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Angola, Namibia, those areas. And the European does get this crazy cold front around the 6th, more storms in South Africa and Eswatini, especially some heavier ones later with this front. Shows around Monday, the 6th in the afternoon, some heavier storms throughout South Africa and Mozambique, and Botswana too, especially into the 7th. Shows some in Madagascar, still some in South Africa there. So be aware, January 8th still shows some storms, and the European is like a tropical storm approaching northern Madagascar on January 9th, and does show making landfall there. But this is very far out, and it will probably change, but the European keeps this tropical cycle going all the way into Mozambique on the 11th. So this will change. We are more than a week out, but let's just keep watching it. There's the GFS as well. Shows right now, Sunday the 29th, those heavy downpours in Madagascar, in Mozambique, Botswana, those areas. This goes into Monday, shows Monday afternoon still some heavy ones in Madagascar and Mozambique. Be careful there. Zambia shows some more. It even showing some showers in southern South Africa and like northern South Africa and Angola. Those storms. This goes Monday the 30th, and into Tuesday shows in Botswana more, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Angola into January 1st. The GFS stronger storms in eastern South Africa on January 1st, and Angola, Mozambique, and Zimbabwe. This goes into January 2nd, better in South Africa, but still some storms later on the evening around Eswatini and some areas there. And northern Namibia shows too, southern Tanzania, Malawi, January 3rd. They're showing Zambia, Democratic Republic of Congo, central Namibia more, and even northern South Africa and Botswana. On the 4th, shows more in South Africa, and some in Zambia, Democratic Republic of Congo, Namibia, some Madagascar, those areas there. And later, around the 5th, they show the cold front, central South Africa, more storms, and the disturbance of the Indian Ocean. So still some more downpours around Gabon, Tanzania, and Zambia. So this goes into the 6th. The GFS is also the idea of a very big front around South Africa and Eswatini. Some storms on the 6th, and on the 7th does show better, but still some storms in South Africa and Zimbabwe, Zambia, Mozambique on the 7th. On the 8th does show more storms central South Africa, some in Tanzania, Zambia, but does show that the tropical storm nearing northern Madagascar on the 8th, but it shows passing just north there, and then by the 9th show like already a tropical storm passing north of the Comoros, and the GFS takes it into the Comoros on the 10th and down to Mozambique later. So both models are already showing a tropical cycle from like the 8th to the 12th, but it's still more than a week out, and it will probably change. But the GFS after that has even a crazier tropical cycle there, but the GFS is very exaggeration and especially far out, so let's not see that yet. So here for the rain accumulation, so so the GFS first. Uh, Next 5 days until Friday the 3rd. So today's the 29th until Friday the 3rd. Shows more like Mozambique and Tanzania, especially Malawi. Shows a lot in Malawi. Next 5 days, more than 80 millimeters. Tanzania, the GFS is like 90, 100 millimeters. Some spots in Tanzania, the GFS has. Into Zambia there shows more, but be careful with flash flooding. These storms, especially landslides in hilly areas, can be very dangerous. So be careful. And then with lightning and wind and everything shows in Zambia, some more storms, Zimbabwe, some higher accumulation in some spots, Namibia, and also central, northeastern Namibia, and the GFS until the 3rd does have more than 122 meters in South Africa already from those storms. So be careful there too. Northern, eastern South Africa, Lesotho, and Eswatini. So be aware there. And the GFS does have more rain like southern Congo, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, Democratic Republic of the Congo, central southern areas, and central Angola a lot, except southwestern Angola, but more central Angola, Tanzania, those areas there. So now until January 12th, it does have the tropical cycle passing there, going all the way to Mozambique, and by that time it has more like 210 millimeters in Tanzania, in Zambia like 1 to 73, but it's like 13 days out. This information changes every single day, so don't freak out about that. Let's just focus on the next 5 days here, those heavy downpours. But now the model that I showed you first, the European model, it has some heavier totals than the GFS, especially like northern Zimbabwe and Namibia, not Namibia, Zambia. So the European saltwater is like 160 millimeters, northern Zambia, not like Zambia, Zimbabwe, northern Zimbabwe and southern Zambia. So this indicates that there'll be a lot of heavy downpours there throughout the next few days. It shows like even southern Angola, the European spots like 168 millimeters, northern Namibia, northeastern Namibia. Botswana does have some more heavy downpours there, South Africa as well, like Lesotho, those storms there. All that accumulation might come from thunderstorms. So be careful. Shows more like northeastern South Africa, but northern Mozambique shows some heavy accumulation there, like all the way to 101, and like central to western Mozambique. But we really be careful those spots of Zambia and Zimbabwe with those downpours. This can cause flooding there and some problems. So stay safe there, those areas. But the European has less than the GFS in Tanzania, just has like 70 meters, 664, but that's still strong. So be careful. Tanzania shows more like South Central Democratic Republic of the Congo, Gabon, and like in Angola, those heavier downpours. So stay safe. And Madagascar in the next 5 days shows close to 100. Northwestern Madagascar shows across northern western Madagascar to those heavier downpours, and some showers, some in the south as well, but nothing that crazy in the south. And Reunion does show like some 48 millimeters, some 4 in next 5 days, and Mauritius some 13, 12 millimeters. So be careful there. And like Port Maturin some 3.6, but Vinking just on the next 5 days like 135 millimeters. So please stay safe there and be careful. Those storms might cause flood. It shows a storm or two at Mayotte and the Comoros, some showers, and the Seychelles too, but nothing that crazy. Now until January 12th, this sounds crazy, but it's a long time. The European does have the cycle making it for northern Madagascar, like 331 plus millimeters. Northern, all the way from northern Mozambique to South Africa, there's like many spots over 200 millimeters. So this in the next 13 days does indicate a very wet pattern. So don't freak out about this because this information changes every single day. But just be aware that it will be very wet and everything. So now the icon too. The icon's a little bit different. Not different, but it does show like Central Zimbabwe, more than 142 millimeters, 117 to 109 between Zimbabwe and Zambia, especially on the lake there, like all the way to like almost 200 millimeters. So be careful there. Zambia, some 90 millimeters. Does have the spots in northern Namibia and southern Angola, like 167, 178. So stay safe there too. Does shows South Africa, those storms. So stay safe, and does have some 71 millimeters in Vin King, but right in the middle of the ocean, like to 800 millimeters the icon in the middle of the ocean. But hopefully there's no one there. So let's see. It does have the downpours in Madagascar as well, central northern Madagascar. It should show like other 131 millimeters. So stay safe with flooding those areas, especially to those strong storms in the afternoon. In those areas that can cause some flooding problems and more problems. So stay safe, please. And later the shows some more until the 5th. But stay safe those areas. Please be careful those storms. And now for temperature, it's a tiny bit milder, especially now it's like nighttime. Sunspots like 14 degrees in Lesotho, but during the day there shows some sunspots in Mozambique, like some 37 degrees, some 36. South Africa, so like some 38, some 37. Stay safe the heat there. South Africa, Central South Africa, Namibia, those areas there. Does show as Kenya and Somalia, with others like some 37 degrees and some 39 degrees. So be careful in Kenya. Those areas does show something like some 39 degrees. South Sudan, Southern Sudan, some 37 degrees. Westernmost Ethiopia, like 40 degrees, like Ethiopian, South Sudan. So please be careful the heat danger. Stay safe. Shows Central African Republic, some 37 degrees. Democratic Republic of the Congo, some higher temperatures as well. I talked about Nigeria yesterday, and those areas hot in Chad too. So yeah, be careful. So later Monday night, the 30th, show like 13 degrees in South Africa. In Lesotho, some 11 degrees in the mountains. And Madagascar, some western areas, above 20 degrees, some tropical nights. But does show central Madagascar, the highlands, some 15 degrees. So this goes there. Still shows like the next day, Tuesday, still some 38 degrees, southern Mozambique and South Africa, Namibia, warmer in those areas. It's not so tremendously hot because of the storms and everything, but still hot. Ethiopia, South Sudan, still some 40 degrees, 37 degrees. Sunspots in Ethiopia is like 41 degrees. So please stay safe. The highlands are milder, and southern Somalia and Kenya very hot too. So stay safe. Shows southern Chad as well, Namibia, southwestern Angola. So this goes Tuesday there. Wednesday morning shows a little bit lower temperatures in the south, and then Wednesday afternoon shows some 38 in Namibia, South Africa, some 37, Mozambique and those areas, and like Kenya and Somalia, some 37 too, and Ethiopia, and like some South Sudan, still 39, close to 40 degrees, even like 40 degrees at central northern Democratic Republic of the Congo. So be careful. Nigeria, Ghana, still hot. So throughout Wednesday, does show this goes there and cools down at night a little bit. but the next day does show like South Africa, Namibia, sun 38, like 39 degrees, some spots there. So BOR sun 37 degrees, sun 39, and the feels like temperatures depending on the humidity and everything. If it's like 38, it might feel like 40 degrees depending on the environment. So be careful. The feels like temperatures, the heat indices shows like more Mozambique, hot as well. Southern Madagascar all the way to 40 degrees. Some spots show like Ethiopia, South Sudan still very hot. Kenya, Somalia. So be careful. Later Thursday the 2nd shows like during the night and everything some 11 degrees in Lesotho, the mountains. So Friday it does start warming up on the 9th. Shows already some 42 degrees Central Southern South Africa, some 40 degrees, some 29. So stay safe there. Shows also Central South Africa, some 40 degrees, some 41 degrees. So stay safe. This is January 3rd. Show more in Namibia, some 37 degrees, some 34. So be careful there. That heat still shows like South Sudan and Ethiopia, very hot. The Democratic Republic of Congo, Central African Republic, Kenya, and Southern Madagascar. So stay safe. This goes there, dies down at night, but Saturday afternoon, the 4th shows better. There's some 36, 38 degrees, but that does show a weird spot of just like 41 degrees southeastern South Africa. So we monitor that. And now it's like 41, 40 degrees Southern Madagascar, January 4th, still very hot throughout Central Africa. So the 4th and then the 5th does show Mozambique, some 39 degrees some areas, some 36 degrees Namibia, South Africa. So stay safe. Like some 40, 39 degrees in South Sudan, Southern Sudan, very hot too. So yeah, stay safe. And later kind of remains like it, a little less at night, but those hotter temperatures during the day, those areas. So be careful there and know that it's just a forecast. It might change there. So, and the temperatures might not be exactly like this. Might be some slight variations. So be careful. Now there's the GFS too, shows like the heat there, especially like tomorrow, Monday the 30th, Mozambique, some 35 degrees, some spots in South Africa, hot too. So this goes, but the GFS, the shows some 38, 37 degrees Central Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, those areas there. So PPR and the GFS in Senegal is always like 38 degrees. So be careful of those areas. Ivory Coast. So yeah. So Monday the GFS still has heat. Tuesday, especially Mozambique, the GFS is like some 40 degrees. This goes there. The 31st, the first still hot there, like January 7th, Madagascar, northeastern South Africa, and then on the 3rd still show like Central Africa and southwestern Africa, especially Mozambique and South Africa. Very hot, so stay safe there. So this goes. The 4th still shows hot. There's southeastern Southern Africa, and yeah, be careful those areas. Sorry about the confusion. A little bit tired too. So let's see. And also on the 4th, the shows some 40 degrees. Central African Republic, some 39. South Sudan too. So yeah, stay safe from the temperatures. Now for the wind gusts, does show like as Southern Africa is more quiet now. A finger to Central Namibia, But this goes in tomorrow, Monday, especially southwestern South Africa, does show a system just offshore and extratropical cycle. It shows all the way to like 91, 92 kilometers per gus. Southwestern South Africa, in Cape Town, 72, shows some other areas there, more than 8 kilometers per gus. Namibia, a little bit breezier some spots, Central South Africa. So Monday, this goes there, still some higher gusts, but by Tuesday shows near the coast there's still some breezier conditions. So Tuesday, this goes there, and maybe some spots Central South Africa Tuesday. So this goes like shows on the first Namibia, South Africa, a little bit windier, but nothing crazy. Shows more like in Angola and Gabon, those areas there, a tiny bit breezier, nothing crazy. So yeah, this goes the second. There's still some breezier condition spots like in the afternoon, January 2nd, Central South Africa, southwestern South Africa, not central, but like central southern South Africa, like the coast of Namibia. Then the third still shows some spots South Africa, some higher gusts there. So stay safe, and shows like a tiny bit breezier in Namibia, Kenya, Somalia. So this is the third, shows just off Somalia there, some more gusts. So this goes the fourth, shows more like South Africa again, January 4th, more temperatures, not temperatures, sorry, more gustier winds. Shows Central South Africa, the European model, a little bit breezier, some spots there. And yeah, so Saturday, the 4th, this goes to Sunday still, windier some spots South Africa, Namibia, and then this goes there. So be aware in those areas, but nothing that crazy. The GFS is a similar thing, but a little bit different. So this goes Sunday. Monday does have some more winds like South Africa there, but barely anything compared to the European model. So this goes there. Still more fronts later, passing just south, but the GFS doesn't really show much wind. Shows some spots breezier there. So be careful, but also shows Somalia, those areas, maybe Central Eastern Ethiopia. So stay safe. And now for like these storms and stuff, a heavy downpour like this one can have some very strong winds inside of the storm. So when you are in those storms, be careful with wind to like tree damage and loss of power and everything. So stay safe. Now let's see if there's something else. So still this like the humidity still shows like central, western, northwestern South Africa, Namibia, some very low humidity, and some other spots on the east, some higher humidity there. So yeah, be aware of that too, especially for the fire danger. So shows more like some extreme danger, like western South Africa, Namibia, and also Central Africa there. But I'm not sure about this in Central Africa, but be careful there too. Now the warnings, they do have the fire danger warnings around western South Africa there, and also be careful Namibia, some spots there too. So yeah, stay safe. Now for like let's see if they have some more warnings here. Let's see. So this goes, and yeah, so they do have today some storm advisors there. They have a temperature emoji, but it's a thunderstorm advisory. So be careful, like some waves advisories, not like waves, but like damaging winds. So BR, this link here is in the description, so you can check the warnings too. So check there and be aware. Now let's see if it loads here. a different model for me to show something. So for Africa here, uh, southern Southern Africa, it's taking too long here because the internet is so slow. But maybe this other one will work better. So like regions, where's Africa? So like Southern Africa. I showed you the icon, the European and the GFS, but there's also the Canadian model. So it shows those heavier showers and storms there, like Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Malawi, and Botswana. Shows like January 1st, some stuff eastern South Africa. Shows those scared storms throughout like Zambia, Democratic Republic of Congo, especially in the south. So be careful with those storms around the 3rd March, South Africa, and you can see the tropical depression forming there, the Indian Ocean. So the Canadian does try to form a tropical storm, but very weak. So that will be January 8th or something. So be careful there and stay safe. And some other areas on the Seychelles shows some showers and storms next 2 days, but very little, nothing crazy. So stay safe there. Some fog too, a day or two. Be aware, but not really that much. Stay safe.